Imagine looking into space, not to admire stars, not to see planets, but to witness something that was never supposed to exist. When NASA launched the James Webb Space Telescope, scientists believed they knew exactly what they were going to find: clearer images, sharper details, better versions of what we had already seen before. But what James Webb actually discovered was something far more disturbing, something that made scientists stop, rethink, and quietly admit one terrifying truth: the universe is not what we thought it was. James Webb is not just a telescope, it is a time machine. Every image it sends back is a message from the distant past, light that has been traveling for billions of years before reaching us. When James Webb looks at a galaxy, it is not seeing it as it is today, but as it was when the universe was young, fragile, and still forming. And this is where the first shock appeared. Almost immediately, James Webb detected massive, fully formed galaxies that should not exist so early in the universe. According to everything we thought we knew, galaxies need billions of years to grow, to gather stars, to become large and complex. Yet there they were, huge, mature galaxies appearing far too soon after the Big Bang. This discovery alone forced scientists to question decades of research. Either our models of the universe are incomplete, or something fundamental is missing from our understanding of cosmic evolution. As scientists tried to explain this mystery, another even darker discovery emerged. James Webb began detecting supermassive black holes in the early universe, black holes that were far too large to have formed in such a short time. Black holes are supposed to grow slowly, feeding on surrounding matter over immense periods of time, but these were already enormous when the universe was still young. Some scientists suggested that black holes may have formed differently than we thought. Others proposed something even more unsettling: that unknown forces or unknown physics were at play in the earliest moments of the universe. Then came the discovery that made many scientists uncomfortable. James Webb analyzed the atmospheres of distant exoplanets, worlds orbiting stars far beyond our solar system. In several of these atmospheres, it detected water vapor, carbon dioxide, and complex molecules that, on Earth, are strongly linked to life. NASA was careful with its words, stating that these findings did not confirm life, but behind closed doors, researchers knew how serious this was. These gases should not remain stable without continuous processes replenishing them, processes that, on our planet, are biological. As James Webb continued to observe deeper into space, it found something even harder to explain: mysterious light appearing in regions that should be completely empty, vast stretches of space with no stars, no galaxies, yet glowing faintly. This light did not behave like anything scientists had seen before. It was not consistent. It flickered, shifted, and resisted easy explanation. Some theorized it could be related to dark energy. Others suggested it might be remnants from the earliest structure of the universe itself. The truth is, no one knows for sure. At this point, the discoveries were no longer isolated anomalies. They were patterns suggesting that the universe evolved faster, more violently, and more mysteriously than we ever imagined. Some scientists began to openly question whether the age of the universe had been miscalculated. Others wondered if our understanding of gravity, space, and time was fundamentally flawed. One telescope had done what decades of research could not. It shook the foundation of modern cosmology. And then comes the question that everyone avoids saying out loud: if the universe formed faster than expected, if complex structures appeared earlier than predicted, and if life-supporting conditions exist on distant worlds, then are we really alone, or are we simply late to the truth? James Webb has not found aliens, but what it has found is perhaps more disturbing. It has found evidence that the universe is capable of creating complexity, structure, and possibly life far more easily than we believed. James Webb is still in its early mission. What it has discovered so far is only the beginning. Every new image brings more questions than answers. Every observation pushes science closer to the edge of the unknown. The universe is no longer a calm, predictable place. It is wild, ancient, and filled with secrets we are only starting to uncover. And the most unsettling thought of all is this: If one telescope can rewrite what we know about reality, what will we discover next? What truths are still hidden in the darkness of space, waiting patiently for us to look just a little deeper? The universe doesn't owe us answers, and James Webb has made one thing clear: we were never ready for the truth.